I'll only be doing attacking operators this time just because there's there's too much, obviously, if you look at this. I'm also rating this based on, let's say, pro play, high elo play, something like that. I don't want to hear your bitch ass copper opinion, yeah? So, I mean, let's get to this real quick. Let's get something out of the way first. The hard breachers, Thermite, Maverick, Hibana, they're all really good. I mean, if you're playing attacking side, you're always gonna have at least one hard breacher on your team. Maverick is the one that I'm just eh, kind of in the middle of SNA. Well, he's really good. He can open stuff, but he doesn't open hatches as well as Hibana, and he doesn't open walls as good as Thermite. But what Maverick has as his unique point, I guess, is that he's completely broken, I guess you can say. Well, not that broken, obviously. Well, first of all, his torch is quiet. It's almost silent, which is, I think, stupid. The other thing is that he has no counters. You can just burn through anything if you want. Hey, there's a mute jammer, doesn't matter. There's a electroclaw, doesn't matter. Just burn through it and just destroy it, doesn't matter. Which is I kind of find stupid, but if I were to lean to one side, I would say Mavericks is closer to S, if anything. So let's just put them there. Okay, Finka and Lion. So these two are the CBR and threat units one. Ever since the rework, Lion has been really weak. Almost weak to the point that's like kind of useless. Because I mean, the whole point if you want to use a gadget is to flush out someone that's like you're cornering, right? And the reason why Lion was so good before is that he has an outline. You can just wallbang them if you want to, if they're not moving, or if they are moving. I'm autistic. So now they took away the outline and now make it a ping. If you're aiming down, you have to look at the ground to see them, which kind of takes away the whole purpose. If you don't know where someone is, they're just not gonna move. If you know where someone is and you want to use your gadget, what's the point of using a gadget then? You already know where they are. So Lion's kind of useless, I would say. Actually pretty useless ever since the rework. But that's a good thing because Lion is a one-click wonder, yeah? Click a button and it does all the work for you. You don't have to position yourself correctly, you just click a button and it works for you. So I'm happy that like those easy to play operators aren't like super good. That's the whole point. Lion's D tier. Straight up D tier. No one cares about Lion. Finka isn't that good either. I mean, you get health, which helps you from body shot, but that doesn't matter too much. It helps your recoil, but any good player know how to control recoil anyways. The only redeeming factor about Finka is that she has frag grenades, so C tier. If she doesn't have frag grenades, then she'll go straight to D tier. Bye bye. But no, she does have frag grenades, so C tier it is. Ever since the rework, Capital has become super strong. This fire can just destroy entire strats completely. Like, if you have a mirror strat in the corner, boom, you're gone. If you got a echo hiding in the corner, boom, you're gone. If you want to just cut off a rotate completely while your teammate's planning, boom, smoke and fire, they're gone. Capital straight to S tier. Hella good. I know Glass is really broken right now because he can see through smokes and he can just pew pew pew, you know what I mean. I heard that next season he's gonna be nerfed to only be see-through while standing still. They may change it, but I don't know. But right now he's definitely an S to A tier kind of thing because just how strong he is at entry fragging. If I were to pick one, I would say S tier. He's pretty broken, yeah. Now Gridlock's a new operator, so it's kind of hard to tell without anyone really playing her in a competitive setting. Being a 1 speed on the attacking side, it's a pretty big handicap. You know what I mean? Because if you're the one pushing in, and you're making sound all the time, then they know where you are, yeah? The difference between Gridlock and Fuse is that Gridlock's gadget spreads really, really fast, and all you have to do is throw it. Even an ADS couldn't just shoot it out, so there's kind of no counter to it. Technically, no counter to it. Well, no direct counter to it. It's not like you throw a nade and it gets ADS'd, yeah? I want to say Gridlock is almost S tier, but I would say A tier for now. The defending side has 2 impacts and 1 nitro for just 1 person. Most of the time, you want to save the nitro for, let's say, a person, just killing a person, and impact grenades, you're probably using it for rotate anyway, so you don't have any. So you have to kind of shoot it out directly. And most of the time, when gridlock is picked, they're usually placing it in a place where you can't just shoot it out, obviously. Another thing is that the gridlock's tracks, it spreads out really fast. And I think that's kind of what makes her super strong. It spread at a rate where you can't really shoot it out efficiently, which I think that's what makes gridlock really strong. Nomad, no one likes Nomad. Really broken right now. You can block off entire doorways just with air jab. S tier, definitely. I mean, even if they add in the sound effect, it's like, oh, okay, I know there's an air jab there, but what are you gonna do about it? You can impact it, but then if you impact it, they'll just know where you are anyways, so it doesn't really matter. It's not like a claymore where you have to go up to a doorway and place it down. This thing, you just shoot it on top and they can't do anything about it. You're blocking off the path completely. So basically Nomad's broken. Yeah, no counter. Blackbeard, I know Blackbeard is stupid, Blackbeard is broken, nerf Beard, blah blah blah, you know. Blackbeard isn't actually really that strong right now. He's still broken, don't get me wrong, but he's not that strong. So to say, there's a difference between overpowered and broken, alright? I mean, if you nerf Blackbeard down to having a 1 health shield, he'll still be broken, but he's not overpowered. You know what I mean? So I would say Blackbeard is around hovering around B and C, but I would say C. Now let's talk about the Breachers real quick. Here we have Buck, we have Sledge, we have Sophia, Ash. Buck is definitely A tier, at least A tier. I almost want to say S tier, but then the operators in S tier are too strong to compare to Buck. They're just way too above Buck's league, but Buck is not bad by any means. Buck is really good. Okay, Sledge is not bad either, but if I were to compare to Buck, Sledge is probably a little bit weaker than Buck, B tier, but he's not bad either. It's because Buck can shoot out floors from below. Buck can also shoot out walls from an angle. Yeah, you know, Sledge can destroy castle walls, but then, you know, Buck has frag grenades, Sophia has impacts. You know, they can take it out too. I would say Buck is slightly better than Sledge, but it's not like a huge gap. Zofia A tier, definitely. The concussion grenades, well, the concussion by itself is not like a strong point. The concussion is usually for just finding out where enemies are. You shoot into a room or something. If it automatically detonates, okay, someone's in there. You already know. Easy. And another thing about the concussions is that you can block out their hearing, which is good, which is very good. Ash, I want to put Ash at B tier, but Ash is A tier. I don't like it. Ash is a super easy to play operator, and if you're just gonna keep Ash this good, you're lowering the skill ceiling. That's not good for a competitive game, yeah? And what I find strange is that, okay, you're gonna reduce Sophia's concussion grenade count, yeah? From 4 to 3 to 2, which is a good thing. You don't want attackers to have too much utility. But then you're gonna give Ash free flashbangs, so that makes no sense to me. Also, the R4C is definitely overstated. 860 fire rate on this 39 damage gun? Jesus. I'm happy they took away the ACOG, but that's not exactly the main problem. It's the damage, the DPS output of the R4C. The ACOG is part of the problem, but that's not the main problem. The R4C can just melt your health in a matter of seconds, like boop. And this also gets me to Twitch. Twitch has a pretty good gadget already. The shock drone can kill evil eyes all by itself, which I find kind of stupid. I mean, I feel like the Twitch drone should be able to open the evil eye and then someone else has to shoot it out. But being able to destroy the evil eye all by itself is definitely kind of too strong. Maybe that's just me. That's my thoughts. But I don't know. But the main thing about Twitch is that the F2 is straight up overpowered. 980 fire rate on the 37 damage gun. That's not right. That's not right at all. You're just gonna get a bunch of like leg shot kills with like 3 bullets in. If you look at Twitch's gadget, it's obviously a support gadget, yeah? Why would Twitch have the best assault rifle in the game? I don't get it. That kinda doesn't make any sense to me. My thoughts on this is that Twitch should keep the ACOG, but you just gotta tune down the fire rate and or damage a bit. Because Twitch is really just kind of a support, droning, holding angle, destroy gadget kind of operators. So I want to keep her that way. No taking away the ACOG, but reduce the damage or fire rate. Yeah, thank you very much. Twitch is almost S tier because of the F2, but I would say A tier still. Now let's talk about Thatcher. Thatcher is really good in certain sites at least. So one thing I don't like about Kaid's design, this guy, the defender. What I don't like about Kaid is that if you don't have a Thatcher, if Kaid shocks a hatch, you have very little you can do about it, unless you have a Maverick, obviously. But other than that, you have to have a Thatcher to counter Kaid, and that seems wrong to me. It's like you have to have this to counter this if they have it. Well, Thatcher is definitely really good. I want to put him in S tier, but he's kind of hovering around this area. Uh, A tier. One more thing is that he can kill Evil Eyes now, so good for you. Doki is definitely around the B tier. Ever since the nerf, she's not like completely broken anymore, which is a good thing. Uh, she also doesn't have an assault rifle, which is a bit lacking. Yeah, I know you have a marksman rifle and you also have machine pistols, but that by itself doesn't do too much. The marksman rifle is good, but then in the game where one-shot headshots are a thing, it's not like the best thing there is. I mean, Doki is still really good. A to B tier, but I would lean towards B tier, you know? Okay, so the problem with Fuse is that one speed operators on the attacking side is just kind of weak in general, unless your gadget is like super like kind of almost to the overpowered side. In this case, it's Gridlock. Yeah, I mean Gridlock's gadget has, unless you can literally see it and shoot it, there's very little ways to take it out. Whenever Gridlock is picked, it's usually at the place where she can throw the tracks and you can't do anything about it. Fuse, you have to survive, you have to go to a wall or a floor, you have to put it down, it's gonna make sound, so they know you're gonna fuse. It's gonna make sound, and then you're gonna detonate it. And the fuse has to be alive throughout all of this. And I think that's a problem. And then that's what makes fuse kind of on the weak side. But otherwise, if you really can take over the top floor, you can drop 15 grenades into the objective, which is crazy. But right now, Fuse is, even though Fuse has a good gadget, because of the operator itself, it's kind of hard to put him at a higher rank. I think one quick fix you can do about Fuse is that you can make his gun more accurate. His AK-12 and his LMG goes all over the place. And as a one-speed operator, you really have to have an accurate gun. Because you're not going to be running in like Ash or something. You're just going to be holding angles most of the time. That's what I like about Gridlock's M249 saw. That gun has a good scope, and it's dead accurate. I like it. I like it a lot. So, I mean, Fuse right now is C tier. A good C tier. It's not that good, not that useful, not that practical. And yeah. Jacko's a good A tier. I can easily say that. He's not like S tier overpowered. He's almost S tier. Definitely almost S tier. Um, he's kind of situational in terms of maps though. I think the thing I don't like about Jacko is that unless you're playing Cav, there isn't much counter to Jacko. You're always gonna leave footprints. And the problem I have is that the footprints last for like almost a minute, which is a third of the round, which I find ridiculous. I feel like the footprints should disappear faster, but maybe that's just me. But Jacko's a good A tier, almost S tier. If anyone is close to being overpowered, I would say Jacko, but he obviously isn't. A bit more on the situational side. IQ, okay, now everyone's saying like IQ is really weak, IQ is useless because she doesn't have frag grenades, she doesn't have like actual utility. I agree to that to some point. You can have IQ on your team, you can gather intel, but that's not much by itself. You can see Vigil, you can see Pulse, but that's also not much by itself because everyone has 2 drones on their sides. You can find Valkyrie camp, sure, but then if you have a drone parked outside, if you have a good eye, you can see the Valkyrie camp anyways. Unless it's some like glitch spot inside the tree or something. I don't know. But IQ by itself doesn't have much strong point, so to say. I mean you can shoot through floors, but you have stature and twitch, so she's kinda overshadowed by other operators, but she's not weak, so to say. Good C tier. Okay, now I want to talk about the shields. Well, shields. No one likes shields, yeah. Blitz is annoying, yeah, obviously. but he's not particularly like, oh, overpowered or not even that strong in the first place. If they tune, just kind of fine tune Blitz a bit, Blitz has the potential to become like a really high skilled operator. But right now, hip firing on shields is stupid. No one likes it. This is a good B tier though. And this gets me into Monty. Oh my god. Monty is an absolute broken, overpowered operator. As of now, at least. You know why they nerf class? So that it takes a longer time to put the shield on her back. The problem with Monty is that, first of all, hip firing on shields is stupid. I have to repeat this. The other thing is that Monty can unshield and put the shield back up way too fast. So he can let go of the shield, put up the shield, and then you're just constantly a threat to the enemy team. You can't exactly turn away from Monty. The moment you turn away from Monty, he's just gonna pull out the pistol and shoot you. And also, Monty has very little counters. I mean, first of all, bullets obviously doesn't work directly. You can say, oh, goo mines can get rid of Monty. Not really. The strong point about goo mines is that it stops the attacker from sprinting, and Monty is definitely not going to sprint anywhere. He's just gonna be walking there. And also, ever since the goo mine nerf, it does 4 damage, which isn't much. It's not gonna do much to Monty anyways. Oh, Echo's disorientation and Ella's concussion can get rid of the shield. Hey, guess what? Monty can re-shield in half a second. What are you gonna do about it? You just lost. Oh my god, someone's discording me. You just lost a gadget on your side. Well, not for Echo, but for Ella. You just lost one of your utility on your side, and then Monty can just re-shield immediately. It's really stupid. Monty is broken, absolutely broken. It's like S plus tiers. Honestly, it's fucking stupid. Yang, is this the last attacker we have? I think it is. One, two, yeah. Yang's the last attacker we have. I'm really happy that they nerfed Yang, so then she has the Candela thing, like the reverse cooking mechanic. It makes Yang a lot less click some buttons and you flash the whole room. You actually have to think where to roll the Candelas now, which is a good thing. Yang is completely broken before. Now she isn't as broken. Yang has definitely the potential to be like a really high skilled operator. I like that. But despite all that, Yang is kind of on the weaker side, but isn't useless. B tier. Recruit. I don't even want to make jokes right now. D tier. Fuck that. Okay, I think that's it for the attackers. So that's it for the attackers. You can see there's a lot of attackers grouped up in the top side. It's because there's definitely a bunch of attackers that's broken right now. Nomad, Glass, Monty. If it's on the defender side, there probably isn't as much grouped up here. Even Capital is a little bit too strong right now. The fire spreads very fast. Attacker side definitely needs a bit of tuning. I don't like it right now. There's too much like blatantly overpowered operators, and then there's also a bunch of mediocre operators right here, which isn't a bad thing, but I just don't like the S tier kind of grouped up there. The defending side is gonna be easier to deal with.